going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Oh, I hope you guys had a great day. I had a great day. I really did. You guys are awesome. Whoa. Oh, I forgot I had another window open and it just started talking. I heard my voice in repeat and kind of freaked me out. Okay, let's start over. You guys are awesome. I can't. I just can't. I can't with words. I'm about to show Hailey's clips. I've got the one from last week and the one from today. Now, a giant shout out. I've got a lot of people to thank. First and foremost, No, OSG, and Lone Wolf. So No got this entire thing started. A lot of people are thanking me. No was the linchpin to get this started. He's the one who emailed the attorney. You're gonna see it. It's brought up, but that was No. The second he did that, he texted me, and yeah, I'll explain as it goes on. But OSG was on it when this happened. No's like, I'm talking to OSG right now. He's gonna put a video out right afterwards. You gotta get that GoFundMe link. I'm like, all right, I'm on it. So the second, you know what? I'll explain it as it goes. I'll just explain the story as it goes. So I'm not explaining it multiple times. Yeah, it's the day started out with I just wanted to go see Judge King. That's how my morning started. I wanted to go see Judge King, and I did. I saw him. I took a picture with him. It was in Discord. I put it in Discord. I even stole a little clip of him, doing his docket. Don't tell him. Don't tell anybody. We're gonna keep that a secret. I will put that. I'll add that to a video in the middle of a live. I might do that tomorrow night. Yeah, hung out with Judge Perkins and Judge King. Then went and talked to Judge Slavin for about 20 minutes, and then headed over to Judge Simpson's court. Had no idea what I was walking into, and yeah, let's just say you guys made the day. This is for you guys. All right, so I know I'm rambling, but there's a lot to talk about. I am going to play the clips so you guys are all in on the story. First one is from last week. I know a lot of people have seen this, but I'm going to put them both in one video just so, the people that haven't seen this know what's going on and can follow it. But I'm going to stop rambling. Let's get into it. You know what? I gotta say real quick. The GoFundMe link is in the description for Hailey. The reason you guys are awesome. So she asked for $7,500. She had $7,500 before I took it. So I left the courtroom and I looked. When I left, there was $5,000. I drove about an hour and a half. I stopped to kind of get out and stretch because I'm tired. I was tired at that point. I've been up since 3 a.m. So I was exhausted. So I just pulled over to stretch and use the restroom. And I looked again, and it was like at 8.5. Like this is awesome. Like so much so that they raised it to $15K, and you guys have already passed that. I'm looking now, right before the stream started, it's at 16.5. And for everyone who's worried about donating to the GoFundMe, this is right from Andrea. I did not set up this GoFundMe. This is not me. I know there was some confusion. If you guys watched the clip already, there was some confusion when Judge Simpson was asking Hailey and if I was helping her. Andrea set it up. She gave me the link, and then I gave it to No, who then gave it to OSG, and that's when the link started being spread around. So that's how that happened. This is directly from Andrea. After talking to her, after meeting her, this is not a scam. This is actually for Hailey. So if you guys are worried about that, I understand. I kind of swore off GoFundMe links. I don't love doing them because there's just such a high potential of them being a scam. This one is absolutely not. And also, so a quick, Barbara Thank you so much for the Venmo. I will donate that. I'm gonna wait till Sunday. After talking to Andrea when I got home, they're gonna keep it open for a couple more days. They do have to close it at some point before the hearing next Friday, and I don't know how long it takes for GoFundMe to send you the money. So I don't know how long that's going to take. That's probably going to impact how soon they have to close it, though. But from what she said, she's going to keep it open for the weekend. So I'm gonna, a lot of people are still sharing this video. Hopefully, we can get a lot higher than 16 and a half. But Barbara, with what I want to do is, since GoFundMe actually taxes that, so I don't know exactly how. I don't know if they send you the check and then you get a tax from the IRS after, if it's considered income. I don't know how that works. I've never been involved with GoFundMe. I've just donated to a couple of them. But what I'm thinking of doing, since I now have contact information for them, is I'm thinking of, with them, if you want, and this is only if you want to. If you want to donate to the GoFundMe, go ahead. But what I'm going to try to do is find a way to directly send the money to Hailey. So if she has Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, I'm going to send it directly to her. That way it's not taxed. So if you want, you can send me, a Venmo or whatever, PayPal, and just absolutely put for Hailey. You have to put for Hailey. You don't have to say anything else. You can just say for Hailey. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen capture everyone that does that, so I have a record of it, and then I will share it in Discord, so you guys can follow. I don't want to be sketchy. I don't like doing it this way, because there's a lot of people that are going to start questioning if I sent all the money, and I'm going to screen capture everything so you guys can see everything that I do. But if I can't do that, then I'll just end up donating it to the GoFundMe on Sunday. So that's just an option if you want. Barbara, that's what I'm going to do with your money. That was extremely generous of you, Barbara. Thank you. And before I actually hit the play button, we have Christine and Paul. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Christine and Paul, I hope you're listening, and Barbara as well. Okay, it's not taxed. Somebody told me it was. Now, again, this is just secondhand knowledge. I have no contact with GoFundMe except for donating. So someone told me that money was taxed. This is months ago, though. You know what? I don't know. Okay. Biggins here. All right. Right before I hit the play button, Biggin comes in. Biggin, thank you so much for the raid, bud. I appreciate it. It's great to see you. Great to see you guys. All right. I've kind of given the background information of just the GoFundMe and the basic information, but we're going to get in the video so you can see what actually happened. Now, the first video is going to be kind of tough to hear. Just kind of a warning, but it's necessary to get into the part 2 that happened today. All right. I'm going to let this play a little bit. PWL, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's get to the court. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I said thank you to Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf edited this video for me. I was stuck in traffic driving home. There was no way I would have had this video ready for tonight. Lone Wolf made this for me, so I have it kind of set up a little different. That's why I just paused it right there. So Lone Wolf, thank you so much, bud, for hooking this up for me. I really do appreciate it.
Spice Tree Apartments versus Hailey Salisbury. He's here. And also Gavin, is it Wesley?
Well, it's
hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Okay. Oh, they're in like 8 different screens. Okay, yeah. That's good on my eyes for this time of day. All right, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, this was adjourned 1 week. Ms. Salisbury indicated that, I think Mr. Wellesley as well, that they were trying to seek legal counsel. Total due at present with court costs $4,735.32.
All right, folks, where are you on this?
I guess I'll go first, Your Honor. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I want to start out by explaining that I requested the adjournment to retain an attorney, but I wasn't able to secure one within the week, We were calling attorneys that specialize with lease evictions, but nobody had the time to help. I would like to state that me and Hailey have not been together since April due to relationship issues. And that's one of the reasons why my mom is involved. She's on the screen with her. She's done most of the talking between Hailey and I. She's also communicated with Spice Tree Apartments. I lost my father in a tragic way on August 12th, so I haven't had the best headspace to do this on my own, and that's another reason why she's here. But to get things started, I guess for me, I'd already moved into an employee house free of rent and utilities in Ann Arbor on March 22nd. Before Hailey moved into her apartment on April 14th, she asked if I could help her by signing some documents on her behalf. When I inquired about what my involvement would be, since I wasn't going to be living there at this time, she wrote me a text explaining that the manager had told her, saying that I wasn't going to be held responsible for anything. It was all just a workaround to help her get into the apartment. With everything Hailey has been through, I decided to sign the lease info because I did not want her to be homeless, and her staying at the employee house obviously wasn't an option. I never filled out an application with my info. All I got was an email of an e-signature file of the lease, and this made me believe what Hailey said was to be true, so I signed the lease not knowing I was signing to be a resident.
Okay. All right. And what do you folks, Hailey, what do you want to tell me?
I also have a thing I can read. So Your Honor, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I would like to explain my situation and how it led us here. I was approved for the lease based on a combination of my survivor benefits and Gavin's income. I was not in Ann Arbor yet because I was waiting to start a job here. I didn't start the job yet. He clarified on the phone that he wasn't going to move in at the time, but they still put him on. Yeah. And do.
I would explain this part right here.
And then the rent hasn't been paid because I don't have the survivor's benefits anymore. They canceled it in June. And then I was in
Hailey, hold on, stop for a moment. What kind of survivor's benefits did you have?
I don't know exactly. It was just like SER.
Did you lose a parent?
Yeah, both of them.
And your siblings.
You lost both parents. Okay. And
And
in
I'm sorry, Your
June, and in June, did you turn 21?
No, 20. Or no, April I turned 20.
April, you turned 20. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was until I was 21, but I guess it's not. So that's why we're in this hole.
All right. Go ahead, ma'am. You want to tell me something?
I really do, Your Honor. I want to let her finish, but I also know she's very prideful.
All right. I do apologize. I am going to have to pause this a little bit more than normal. And I already know I paused it a lot, but so many people are going to be sharing this clip. A lot of people already have. So I've got to make it transformative just so I don't get in trouble. I'll try to keep it as minimal as I can, but you are going to get a couple of these pauses where I don't really say much or add much to the clip. So just a heads up. This is one of them.
And this isn't a dispute, to be clear, about Gavin and Hailey like against each other. But if I could read my portion, because I think you really do need to understand something incredibly crucial to the context of this. And then also some procedural errors that I have personally been involved with since June 19th that I think you want to be aware of. So I'm Andrea, I'm Gavin's mother. I've been helping Hailey and Gavin navigate this situation. And I do want to clarify from the start, like Gavin did, that they're not dating and they haven't been in a relationship since April. I took on this role as a mentor and advocate to support Hailey the past 2 years I will get into that, and I know she feels uncomfortable with this, but even I'm frustrated and not sure how much more I have in my tank to help, and this young lady needs some help and guidance in this. 2 years ago, not only did she lose both her parents, she also lost her 3 baby siblings because her stepdad murdered everyone. It was a quadruple homicide. And I am mentioning this to you because though she was technically 18, and this is why I'm in her court, because this is all trickling down to today, and I'm not trying to just do the sympathy piece, but I need someone to understand this girl hasn't been guided. Because she was 18, she unfortunately, didn't have the assistance of anything else, but she was in that home and instantly became homeless because her home was a crime scene. And I didn't even know she was without a home already for 9 months at that point. Her and my son had been dating on and off. And once I discovered that, that's when I stepped in, because she has literally no mother, no father. All of her siblings are gone except for her 2 younger surviving siblings. And this has been a lot. Now I'm going to cry because she never cries. So I know she owes the rent. She knows she owes the rent. We're not disputing that. But in addition to that, I want you to know that's why my son helped in the way he did in signing this. And he truly, from what I'll show you in the evidence if you need, he did not know he was signing a lease. He simply thought, because he's very naive, and he also should probably tell you he is not a reader. And he thought he was helping her out truly. And they split up in April. So, and he lived in an employee house, and that just further reiterates that there were some procedural errors and that the apartment complex did not do their due diligence in ensuring that Gavin was not a resident. He never sat there. He never met with them. And my request is not that the money isn't owed, but my request is, after you hear all of this that had happened, that not only that both Hailey and Gavin's names are removed from the lease, and that, let me tell you the rest. Thank you for being patient, by the way. Because of these personal losses, and what my son didn't tell you is the way he just lost his dad just 6 weeks ago was incredibly tragic. And so he's also got that currently going on. And she hasn't even begun to be able to process this grief, because for 2 years, we've been working to get her some housing. We're in her apartment with no furniture at this moment. She's had nothing here this whole time. And we've been waiting for assistance by waiting for a court summons so she could get on her feet, because she did have a job lined up. But now we're this far behind because nothing was served
Because they didn't.
until the dates I have. I have a timeline laid out for you, by the way. If you do want it, we have it on Zoom. It has a lot of dates that I have all receipts of all my emails with them, never getting a return email, never getting any answers on the phone. Not only that, they withheld information from Gavin on September 3rd when James called my son back, because that's also the day they filed this court summons, and no one ever told my son that. And then the very last thing I want to say is that our request is not to not have the amount owed, although I do wish we had some way to work around some of this, but to have them both removed from the lease, because clearly it's demonstrated, and she had just moved in. He's never been in here. That this young lady's not going to be able to pay. And I don't want this affecting her for the rest of her life when she's already so upside down and has had no guidance other than myself with this. And that's the facts. And unfortunately, without burdening you with my problems, my life turned upside down, and I am in absolutely no position to help like I otherwise would. And if that was the case, neither of them would be here today if I could help, but I can't. And so I'm hoping that sums everything up, because I kind of went off script. And then if you want anything else, we have a lot of information for you, but I wanted you to know with the context with her, because she's not going to share that with you on her own.
Wow. Just look at Judge Simpson. He doesn't know what to do. And yeah, no, you said it right. The prosecutor's just doing her job. I think Judge Simpson says that either in this clip or the second one that happened today. So this is the first clip that happened a week ago. The second one's after this one, clearly. Yeah. When I say 4 times in a sentence, that means it's time to keep going.
All right. Okay. Okay, Hailey,
Mm-hmm.
you're right now, is that your apartment at Spice Tree right now that I'm looking
Yeah.
at behind you?
Yeah.
Okay. So Hailey, let me ask you this. As I sort of synthesize this whole thing, are you going to be able to move someplace, or you just don't have anywhere to go? All right,
So-
young lady, let me tell you something. Okay? Because I heard Gavin's mom say you have a lot of pride, right? Okay? Is that right?
Sure.
Okay, so listen, here's what you got to do. I'm just sort of a plain talking guy, okay? And so sometimes to try to work some of these things out, you got to kind of set aside your pride, okay? Sometimes, and sometimes things don't work out, but sometimes things do work out, but they can only work out if there are people in a position maybe that can help. Can't do everything, but you got to kind of know what's going on with you, okay? So if it's going to be a circumstance where you're going to be homeless, you got to tell me that.
Not maybe for a minute.
All right. One thing I will say about Hailey, she's not the best at answering questions. I feel like she's thinking 6 months down the road, and she's not thinking about what's going on right in front of her. Kind of experienced that with her a little bit today, where I feel like she's not paying attention because she's so stressed out about what's happening. And you'll see it just when the judge asks her a question, she doesn't answer it simply, like the way she just did it. That happens a lot with her, and I just feel like she hasn't had a moment to just collect herself. And yeah, I'm not hating on her at all. I'm just saying her mind is just so I couldn't imagine.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, honey, it's okay.
Hailey, talk to me. All right.
Well, I just
Yes. I have to go. You know what? I will pin the GoFundMe. I should have pinned it already. The GoFundMe is in the description, and trust me, we came through. This GoFundMe was I don't remember when it was started, but she is at 17,000 right now. 17,000. So trust me, we came through. Flying colors, we came through. But I do need to pin that GoFundMe.
I would rather just not have to keep going through with this, like the rent control. So
right.
I could find somewhere. 'Cause,
Okay,
like,
now hold.
I could do it all on my own. So
All right. Okay. So Hailey, love. Gavin, how old are you, buddy?
I'm 21.
All right. Now, certainly, Hailey, not through the circumstances, probably not through the circumstances of either one of you that you guys have been through. Let me just tell you, you're talking to somebody who losing parents is hard, right? We know it's going to happen. At least if things happen in the orderly way, that's going to happen. But we never expect it. Okay. So I usually don't share things about.
No, I just met her for the first time today. You'll see, peeps. You'll see. I was in Judge Simpson's courtroom, and yeah, I make an appearance in part 2.
Myself, but so that you can understand that at least to a certain extent, I can kind of understand the uncertainty of where you guys are.
Mhm.
All right. Understand, I lost my dad when I was 16. So I can particularly appreciate, Gavin, when you say you're not in a good headspace. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know, Hailey, I can't even, I can't even wrap my head around that. Okay. But the one thing I can tell you both, life doesn't end. You find a way to make it through. Hailey, for you, sometimes when I'm telling you to set aside your pride, sometimes you got to set aside your pride. Sometimes you're just not that strong, and it's okay. Okay? Because somewhere out there, while the world doesn't seem like it's a great place sometimes, I believe in the goodness of people. And so sometimes when you let that down and people can see it and you just sort of lay it bare, I got to believe, and I just do believe, that there are people around that kind of help you out. Okay? And you just can't, you know, Hailey, you don't have any reason to have any faith in humanity. You just don't. And I'm not going to try to tell you that you do. All right. But slowly but surely, maybe you'll begin to see it. Okay. It'll come back at some point. Okay. But more importantly, you got to give yourself space and time to heal and time to move on. And there's no recipe for it. And you're going to come across a lot of these bumps. And what I don't want you, it's one thing to give up on an apartment. It's a whole other thing to just give up on life. And the latter of that, I don't want to see. Okay. So, Hailey, if you don't have the apartment, where do you think you're going to go?
I did not. And I'm going to get into that in between part 1 and part 2. I'm going to walk you through exactly what happened today that put me in Judge Simpson's courtroom. And it is not, it just, I'll get into it. In between the clips. I'll also get to the super chats and stuff in between the 2 clips. But you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all your kind words.
You got a place?
I have a place that I can go to. Yeah.
Okay. For how long?
For a few months until I can get it figured out.
You know what, Your Honor, if I may, I only wanted to say, I think she would share more with you, and I don't know if you have if you're able to do this or not. I know because her and Gavin haven't been dating since August or April, I'm sorry, that she would probably share more with you if she wasn't in this situation. And I'm not asking you to make accommodations, but I do feel like that's where the hesitation's from. I don't know if he can be removed so she could share you more during this or not.
Well, let me do this.
Okay.
Let me do this. Hailey, just really bottom line is, between you and Gavin, you don't have the money to pay for this apartment, right?
Mm-mm.
You have the potential ability to go someplace. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, Hailey. I'm going. Mr. Andres, I'm going to adjourn this out to October 4th, 2024 over plaintiff's objection. What time?
12 p.m.
At 12 p.m. Okay.
Sir, could I say one thing though? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My dad's service is on the 5th, and they live down by Flint, and I was planning on being there for the 4th and the 5th. So I don't know. We could reschedule a different day.
Well, I'm going to leave it to the 4th because I think things have to get resolved for the plaintiff. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave it that date. If you're not here, I certainly understand that, and we'll work around that some way, but you're not in the apartment in any event, so
Yeah.
that may not be an issue. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Ms. Dornbush, I'm gonna ask you a favor of you. If you don't mind, if
It's a good question. And first off, what's up, Skizrock? It's really good to see you, bud. She's with Hailey. She said it when she started talking, and she took it on herself to be a mentor for Hailey. Hailey lost both of her parents, and I thought it was all of her siblings, but they said earlier that she still had a couple surviving younger siblings. After rewatching this a couple times, that was the first time I heard that. I thought her whole, I don't want to say the M word, but murdered. And so she took it on herself to be a mentor to her. Now, this is while her son and Hailey were dating. So
if I ask Hailey to wait till the end of the proceeding, do you mind if I have a private communication with her and Gavin's mom regarding the circumstances in this case? I would never, of course, do anything detrimental to your client in that conversation, but just trying to figure out what we can do with this so some folks can land softly. You're muted.
Sorry, Judge, I was verifying those other payments. And I'm not entirely sure what to say, because obviously the news, the information that's been shared here today is frankly devastating. So
yeah, she's afraid that Hailey's not going to say exactly what she wants to do with him there, because they broke up, right? And I can imagine how messed up her head is right now, and being in a relationship is going to be really tough. So yeah, so I'm guessing there's a lot of things behind the scenes that Hailey doesn't want to say with Gavin there. I mean, I don't fault them for asking that.
at the same time, I do have job to do, and I have to advocate for my client, and I know the court recognizes that. I would say that if during that discussion information comes to light that would otherwise affect my client's legal rights, that information needs to be shared with me. Because
Absolutely.
I do have an ethical duty to my client, but at the same time, I understand the circumstances and frankly, what Miss Salisbury's been dealing with. I have no way to understand that, but I know that there's information that the court would like to hear that she would like to share, and I understand the need to do that privately. So, if something comes up that is going to affect my client's legal rights, I have to request that information be shared with me, whether it's in a written statement or if it's something that the court discloses.
And Ms. Dornbush, I would give you my word that if that were the case, and I would also apprise her that I would have to share that with you, so there wouldn't be any surprise on anybody's part. But I have a feeling there's something. Yeah. So if you don't mind, I think I will do that, and let's see where we can go and try to get this resolved, hopefully next week with this. But I think there's something that has to happen in the interim. Okay. So I'll adjourn it out a week. Hailey, wait on the line. You and Gavin's mom are gonna go into a private breakout with me as soon as I get finished with these few cases that I got here, okay?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
All right. now we're gonna fast forward to today. I'm gonna read these super chats before I'm gonna tell you the wild series of events that led to how today even happened. PWL, I know I said thank you. I think I said thank you already. Maybe I didn't. But anyways, PWL, thank you for your 3 months. That is awesome. Mary Smith for your 7. Thank you so much. Janie. Thank you, Janie. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 7 months. David, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 3 months. Michigan and Blocks, new member. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family, Michigan and Blocks. And then David again with the super chat. Thank you so much, David. I appreciate it. Your guys' kind words have been awesome today. Thank you. None of your business. 10 gifted memberships. Thank you. Welcome to the 10 new members. And Janae were the 5 gifted memberships. The 15 new members. Thank you all so much. Welcome to the family. You guys are all awesome. Okay. Now I need to break this down. I decided to go on this court crawl yesterday evening based off of a text that I sent to Judge King. I don't know if you guys, I know I've said it a few times. I don't know if everyone knows this, but I've been checking in on him, a couple times a week. Just, hey, bud, how are you doing? Just, just being a friend. And, he sent me, I'm not going to say it was a discouraging text message, but he's not loving traffic court. I'm just going to tell you that. For those of you that don't know, he is back on the bench. He took Judge Taylor's position, and he's not loving traffic court. But he loves what he does, so his head is still high. But I can tell there's a little discouragement in his voice. So I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. Tomorrow's landlord-tenant day, pretty much all over the court tube. I don't usually get a lot of great things on Fridays, and it's just a slower day. So you know what? I've been saying that I was gonna do another Michigan trip for a couple months now, and I keep canceling them. So you know what, Judge, I'm gonna come see you tomorrow morning, and I decided. I guess I didn't confirm the decision until my live stream last night, but and I even said it last night. Like, if I wake up on time, I will do it. But if I oversleep just by a little bit, I'm not going to do it. So I set my alarm for 3 a.m. That's what time I need to wake up to make it up there by the start of court. And I didn't wake up till about 3:30, 3:35-ish. And the second I saw that, I'm like, that's a sign. I'm not going. So, but I was already awake. So I got up, went to the bathroom. Then I went back to lay in bed. And I was like, you know what? Again, I've been telling, every time I say I'm going to go, I've been canceling. So, just go. Just go. There's nothing stopping you. Just go. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna mute my phone. So I decided to go. Went up, hung out with Judge King and Judge Perkins this morning, as some of you know if you were hanging out in the chat. But when I was sitting in Judge King's courtroom, all of a sudden, Prosecutor Mason said, we need to excuse the officers that are here because the vice president is flying in and they need to go to detail duty. I heard this and I got up and left. I'm like, I am not going to be stuck in Detroit when they shut the city down because the vice president's coming here. I didn't know she was going there. So I stood up and I'm like, King, love you, man, but I am not getting stuck in downtown Detroit for the rest of the day. I will see you later. So yeah, so I left and I'm like, it's early. I'm going to go say hi to Judge Slavin. Drove down to Taylor, which is about 20 minutes from Detroit. Judge Slavin just finished his docket. Walk in, he just finished his docket, talked to him for a few minutes, and he's like, Colin, I love you, man, but I have a doctor's appointment. I've got to go. I'm like, all right, well, my day's just going to finish earlier, I guess, but I'm going to go hang out with Judge Simpson. Drove to Judge Simpson's courtroom. Wasn't planning on being in Judge Simpson's courtroom till 2-ish, somewhere like that. I was there at about noon. And this all happened at about 12:30. So all of those events got me there right when I needed to be. And I'm still going to say I didn't go there for this case. This just happened. No one knows started this. No one knows the person that sent the email to the attorney, which is what you're about to see right now. And you're going to watch the events unfold. And again, the series of events that took place in order for this to happen today. And I was telling Noah earlier, this Hailey's family was looking out for her today because everything happened for the right reasons, put me in the right place to be able to talk to her, see her in person, and start this ball rolling. Well, I guess no one knows started the ball rolling, but because I was there, I was able to get the link out. All right, I'm going to stop talking. Let's watch what happened today.
Court does call the case of Spice Street Apartments versus Hailey Salisbury. Come on up. Come on, Hailey. Hello.
Hi.
State your name for the record.
Hailey Salisbury.
All right. How much do you have at this point?
With October now, Your Honor, and the court cost, the total due is $6,043.55.
Really? How are you going to get that paid?
I'm pretty sure I pinned it. The GoFundMe link is pinned. Also, it's in the description. I hope I pinned it. I thought I clicked it. If it's not there, please let me know, and I'll go back and I'll repin it.
Not today, but sooner than later.
Pardon?
Sooner than later.
All right. Let me ask you this. I mean, the reality is you don't have the money, right? All right. Now, you understand that what that's going to mean is that you can't stay there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You get that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know if this was mentioned at the last hearing, but what plaintiff is asking for is plaintiff is not asking that you pay. Eventually they will,
Yeah.
but they're not asking that the money be paid. They're asking, they want their apartment back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you understand that? Okay. So then my question to you is, how soon can you be out? Right?
Well, that's just whenever. We just want to both be off the lease without it like affecting our records anymore. Because we weren't even notified of the court dates. So
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're talking about two different things here. Okay. Okay. So we can kind of deal with part of that. And I'm not sure where that other part is coming from, but I have some suspicions. But the real question is when, okay, let's just look at this case. And you understand what I'm saying is they're not asking for a money judgment at this time for this amount. Okay.
Mhm.
That amount is just what would be a redemption amount, meaning that if you were going to stay, that's the amount you'd have to.
Yeah, and this is why I said she's not good at answering the questions. And I'm not blaming her for that. She's 20, first of all. She's probably never been in front of a judge before. And she's just trying so hard to navigate everything that's going on with her. So, but yeah, and again, even when I was talking to her personally, you could tell she wasn't there. She was listening to me, but when I asked her a question, it's just, she was thinking, you could tell that her brain was just everywhere. And it was, again, it's why I love this community and how we were able to help her. And hopefully this will, you know what? I'm just going to let it play. You guys all know what I'm about to say. I think I've said it 3 or 4 times already.
Paid to the landlord. Follow me?
Mhm.
Okay. So then the question really is, in this instance, when can you move out? Okay. And have yourself someplace safe. And then you can always work with the landlord regarding this amount, regarding how you pay that amount back.
Well, he doesn't talk.
Who doesn't talk?
The landlord doesn't really talk.
Okay. You can write him a letter then.
Okay.
All right, I mean, write them a letter and propose whatever. I'm sure Ms. Dornbush will let them know that you had a benefit that you no longer have, didn't expect it. I looked at given your birthday is April, her benefit cut that May. That's why May didn't get paid.
Mhm.
And that's her whole, that's how you were living, right? Okay. So you follow all of that here?
Mhm.
Okay. Now you don't want anything that's going to affect your record or your whatever. If I had to rule on this case today, there would be a judgment. Okay. I don't want to see that against you either. I mean, I'll be honest with you, but that's what would happen. So we've got to kind of take it in pieces.
She does. She does. You'll see. You'll see that it's coming up.
So when do you think you could be out of the apartment?
Anytime they need.
Okay. You've got some place to go?
I can, but if
Hailey,
I'm paying,
Hailey.
if it's October rent, then are they taking that off?
Pardon? Hailey, what are you reading?
Nothing.
Yeah, no, you're, hold on, darling. Look. It's okay. What was the last thing that you said to me about October?
So if I leave soon, or if I leave, are they gonna make me still pay October's rent, or will they take that off? Because they
Okay.
added October's rent to it.
Right, but listen. Yes, you would have, since you're occupying the premises, the simplest answer to that is you would have October that you would have to pay. All right?
So if they want me out today or tomorrow, then why would I
Hold on.
pay all?
Whoa. Back up, slow down a little bit. Okay, Hailey, please. Hailey, when can you comfortably get yourself out of the property?
I don't know.
Back up one moment, Hailey. Hailey, do you have a place to go? Right. As we
I
sit
can't.
here, hold it. As we sit here right now, do you have a place to go?
Yeah, I have a friend.
Do you have stuff in there, Hailey?
Have what?
You have things in the apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not
So,
nothing big.
pardon?
Not nothing big.
Have you talked to the friend about moving in? At all?
I know she will let me stay for a little bit and then I can try to figure it out.
Okay. So how much time would you need to try to make that first part happen?
It just like if I'm already gonna have to pay October, then I might
Okay.
as well stay for
Hailey,
October.
Hailey.
I don't know.
let me back up a moment, okay? On one thing. Your October rent, okay, and all the rent. Did you understand what I said where it's a redemption amount instead of a money judgment? Maybe I was talking to legalese. You understand what I mean by that? So what the plaintiff is asking for is a judgment. They want their apartment back. And they're just saying that if you want to stay, this is the amount you have to pay. Okay? If you leave, you either got to pay that amount or you got to leave. That's what really happened. Okay? Now, the monetary amount that you're talking about, which I see is a big worry for you, right? That's where I'm talking about. You try to work something out with them to get that paid back at some point. Okay? But as I sit here right now, that's not really a concern for the court because they're just asking for the apartment back. And the only thing that I'm trying to do is try to figure out some way that the plaintiff can get their apartment back and
They can have their apartment.
and you get a soft landing, because that's the other part that's important for the court.
And Your Honor, if I may just add a little something that hasn't been addressed yet, but maybe might provide a little bit of clarity to Ms. Salisbury, is that the sooner Spice Tree can get their apartment back, the sooner they can re-rent it. The sooner they
Yeah.
re-rent it, the sooner her obligation under the contract ends. Because right now, she has a lease agreement for, I believe, a year. And
Janet, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Everyone's kind words today have been amazing. Janet, that was an incredibly kind thing to say. Thank you.
I don't know when it expires, but the sooner they can re-rent the unit, it means that's the less rent that they would accelerate under the contract that was signed. And
Gotcha.
so I understand her reasoning. If I'm going to be responsible for October, I might as well stay till the end of October. But the reality of that situation is that means the unit probably won't be re-rented by November 1, which
BSBT, I'm going to ask you as one living man to another living man. Not tonight. Not tonight, man. It's not the night. It really isn't.
which means the November rent could be accelerated and potentially the December rent can be accelerated. So the sooner she's able to surrender possession, the sooner they can do what they need to do to re-rent the unit and then hopefully end her liability going forward.
What month did you move into the Spice Tree?
April.
April.
15.
Gotcha.
So.
Go ahead.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Why am I just now having to go to court for all of this?
What do you mean?
That's like the only question. It's just, I feel like I shouldn't owe this much. I feel like I never got any notice when I didn't pay the rent.
Your Honor, if I could also on that. So the non-payment demand was issued on August 14th. It was mailed to the unit. My client informs me that they did make delinquency calls. They did post notices on the door. They did send out balance due letters. Obviously, they sent the non-payment demand. And so they did attempt to communicate with both Ms. Salisbury and Mr. Wellesley without success. And I think the first time that there was contact by Mr. Wellesley, I believe, was after a September 16th email. And I believe him and his mother both did reach out to the complex at that time. And it was an email just to notify of the upcoming court date. So I'm not sure what happened as far as Ms. Salisbury receiving that correspondence or receiving phone calls. I can't speak to that. I can just say from my client's position, they did attempt to reach out to both parties to discuss the balance that was due.
I didn't get no notices on the door in the mail until September. And then I didn't know of the court date until like 4 days before because
But I got you. But Hailey,
Lisa, you're forgetting that we're always paying attention to Mr. Allen. I had to do a little comedic relief. It was pretty poor, but it was a little.
no, just listen. Here's the reality, right? You knew you hadn't paid your rent, right?
yeah, but if I would have had a court date sooner, I would have just been able to maybe get up with the rent. But they just let me have all of this added up. But it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, Hailey. If you could tell me how much you could come up with today, how much could you come
It's
up
fine.
with?
I don't want to stay there.
I didn't think you did. That's why I wasn't even exploring that with you. Okay? So, Hailey, what date can you comfortably move by? Understanding that the earlier that you move and get your stuff out, give them back the apartment, the better off you're going to be.
And as soon as they want me to, if they want me to today, I will.
I'm going to do it this way. Is the other party here? He's not. Did he check in? Oh, that's right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So,
All right. This is about when it starts. I think I paused it right before Miss Dornbush starts talking. I was paying attention to her while watching this. I did not. Now, I've seen this, right? I saw this in person, but not to the extent that I'm watching it now. And I saw her neck snap real quick when her computer dinged, and I knew that was the email that no one knows sent her. And this is about when she's going to say what she's about to say.
Haley, if I gave you 10 days to get out, you'd be able to do that?
Mhm.
Well, it would be the 15th, so it's going to be a half a month. All right.
And Your Honor, something odd just happened that I just want to bring to the court's attention, as I think Your Honor is aware. You have a very loyal YouTube following as well as other social media following. And I received an email just a minute ago from one of your followers. Obviously, I cannot advocate on behalf of Ms. Salisbury, Mr. Wellesley. I represent Spice Tree. But I wanted to bring to the court's attention that one of your YouTube followers has indicated that many of your followers want to help Ms. Salisbury. And so I'm not really sure how to handle this, Your Honor. This is kind of a first for me that I'm being contacted directly, and I'm sure because my information is more readily locatable, findable on the internet. And so your followers have indicated to me that they want to assist her in making this payment. They have suggested starting a GoFundMe, and
That what?
starting a GoFundMe so they can assist Miss Salisbury in paying this balance. I mean, as I've indicated, I can't advocate for any of this because I believe that may violate my ethical duties to Spice Tree, but I'm relaying to the court what has been communicated to me since I am now in receipt of this correspondence.
All right, everybody. I saw Aaron Reese's comments. Aaron Reese is not a bad guy. He came in late. He doesn't know. He has not watched it. No, Aaron Reese, you're good. Everyone, please. Yeah. I really want to say it. You messed up, AA Ron. You done messed up. He walked in late. Again, Aaron Reese is not a bad guy. I will vouch for him. I saw his comment come up. I was like, oh wow, he came into this late. He doesn't know what's going on. So everyone, please forgive him. I know he wouldn't have said that if he saw this from the beginning and he knew the story. So again, I will vouch for AA Ron, but I will tell you guys he done messed up, AA Ron. He's a good dude though. Good to see you, Aaron.
You understand that, Ms. Salisbury? Sad.
A little bit.
I guess there are folks out there that want to help you out.
Okay, I don't know how it would work, but
Well, I'm not even sure how it works. I'm kind of surprised a little bit, but as Ms. Dornbush was. Okay. Hailey, you really don't know what you want to do, and I get that. And you had a rough journey. There's no two ways about it. And you're trying to make the best decision that you can. And I get that. Okay. Like last week when I asked Ms. Dornbush if I could talk to you guys without her being present, and she said, okay, she had her ammunition about her. She's representing her client. Would you have any problem if I were to talk to Ms. Dornbush in private along with the court liaison officer? Would you have any problem with that, Hailey?
no.
All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to have a seat. This is my last case in this block, right? Okay. Have a seat. We'll get you called back up as soon as I come back out. Okay, Ms. Dornbush, I'm going to have to move I'm going to take my iPad and going back, and then you can actually start the 2 whenever that happens. So I want Ms. Dornbush and Amy.
Yes.
All right. So this is about a 15-20 minute break. And there's a lot that happens during this break. First thing that happens is I look down at my phone and I see that No is blowing me up saying, that was me that emailed. That was me that emailed. Now, I want to tell you guys, for those of you that don't know, I am half deaf. I am deaf in one of my ears. Judge Simpson's courtroom has terrible acoustics. I can't hear anything that's going on. So I'm watching this. At this point, I have no idea what's going on. I know she's crying, and I can hear every other word that's going on, but I'm not really following the case. And what I can hear though is from the TVs they have set up for Zoom. Those come in loud and clear. So I've been able to hear Miss Dornbush. When she started talking about followers, I was like, what is going on? They're talking about followers on YouTube, and me sitting in the courtroom like, what is going on? Is something bad happening because I'm here? That was the first thought that was going through my head. Because of all the Judge Boyd stuff going on, I'm like, what is going on? Why are they talking about followers? And that's when I looked at my phone right now, and I understood. From what No said, it's like, oh, this is the lady from last Friday. I didn't even know that. Up until this point, I had no idea. So No's messaging me, telling me that he was the one who emailed. So I'm sitting there like, and so that's when Old Squishy Gardner got brought into it. No told me OSG is going to be putting this video out right when it's over. Can go talk to them, get a GoFundMe link, get something for them. I'm like, all right. So before I got the courage to go walk up to these 2 ladies who don't know who I am, Miss Ann walked up to me and said, is there any way you can help them with the GoFundMe link? And I'm just like, what? So at this point, they're talking about me being there in the back. So Miss Dornbush and Judge Simpson are talking about it. And I'm like, yeah, we got it. Hold on, I got that backwards. I did get that backwards because I talked to them already. I talked to the 2 ladies already. And Miss Ann came up to me. Sorry, guys, I'm getting my story backwards. I talked to the two ladies already, got their GoFundMe link, and already sent it to No and No, who sent it to OSG. So then when Miss Ann walked up to me and said, "Can you help?" And I said, I just like, I already did. I got the GoFundMe link, already sent it out. That was it. And so she walked away. And then I walked up and I started talking to the ladies, and then ended up sitting next to them and kind of, just talking to them. Just, it was like, everything's going to be okay. Like we're going to get this out. Hopefully this blows up as much as, we can possibly make it blow up. And like, you could just see, at least Andrea went from being like a scared, nervous person to like feeling a little bit better. I can tell you that Hailey still didn't really understand what was going on. And you can tell from how she's about to answer the questions in front of Judge Simpson, but that's the background of what happened. But I also have to tell you, I grabbed the wrong video from Lone Wolf. He made a second edit and sent it to me, and I'm playing the first one. So I've got to switch videos. So give me like 10 seconds. I'm going to pull up the video that I'm supposed to be playing, because he added something to the end, which you guys will appreciate. But I got to pull it up. It's going to look like it's restarting because that's how this works. And I got to find the spot. I should have looked at the timestamp. Hold on. It's here. 40:29. It should be the exact same timestamp. He just added something to the end. Yep. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. See, we're already there. I already got it. But I am going to read off these membership milestones and gifted memberships. I have to keep up on these, otherwise I'm going to forget to. Last time I tried so hard to say your first name. I think I don't know. I think I called it like Peor. I don't know. But Mr. Nielsen, thank you so much for the 1 month. I appreciate it. I do not remember how I butchered your name the last time, but I think you said I was close. And I don't remember what I said. But thank you so much for the 1 month. James, thank you so much for becoming a new member. I appreciate it. Welcome to the family. Wild Horse Guy with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Wild Horse Guy. Welcome to the 5 new members. And Doc Ock, there's enough struggle for all of us. Be kind. I agree, Doc Ock. Thank you so much for the 4 months. Okay. Pair. Okay, pair. One job, Colin. One job. God, I missed you. Yeah, Sparkle Poots. I saw your PayPal. Thank you so much for the PayPal and the $5 super chat. Sparkle, I'm glad you have power back. Welcome back. We have missed you. We have missed the crap out of you, Sparkle. I think I brought your name up every night that you haven't been here. I made a Sparkle Poots reference. But it's so good to see you, Sparkle. Okay. All right. Let's go. We're back. Now we're about to get serious.
The 14 days.
And you can see I moved. I'm now sitting next to him. I'm wearing black and a blue tie. Man, that blue tie just really sticks out. Maybe that's why Judge King complimented my tie today. That's the first thing he said. He's like, I really like your tie, man. It's like, yeah, you called me out on not wearing a tie last time I saw you. I had to wear a tie this time.
District Court for County of Washington, State of Michigan is now back in session.
Maybe see.
I did miss you, peeps. I did miss you. I am so sorry. I think I missed. You know what? Because I called out. Didn't I call out Nunya and I called out Nunya and Janae? I don't know how I missed you, peeps. I am so sorry. Give half this to Hailey. I will, peeps. And I am so sorry I missed it. I brought it up when you said it because I remember reading it. I just didn't call you out. But peeps, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Dwight, member for 2 months. Proud to be. Wow, I can't read. Proud to be in such a magnificent family. I am too. I am absolutely too. Thank you so much for the 2 months. Okay, now let's go.
Miss Dornbush, did you turn off my audio?
I did.
Thank you. All right. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. Court recalls case of Spice Tree Apartments versus Hailey Salter.
I come up.
What?
I come up.
Yeah, you come up. All right. I was going to suggest to you a conditional order dismissal on one of the things that I talked about counsel back there. but then realized that I cannot do it. And that's because the co-defendant is not present because he's at his father's funeral. And we knew that last week and do that. I know plaintiff does not want an adjournment, has stated her reasons why, and certainly she can state them again on the record if she wishes to. The court over that objection is going to adjourn it out 1 week. Okay. For that reason. And also,
I'm going to tell you right now, and Judge Simpson, the attorney, no one's going to admit this, but this is what I'm going to say. This is just my opinion, but after going back and talking about it, especially because Miss Ann walked up to me and confirmed that I could help them, this is just to put it on the record that, oh, we can't adjourn, we can't, file this because that one guy's not here. They knew he wasn't there. They were doing this hearing anyways. This is on the record after both of them talked for them to give Hailey a week to see if the GoFundMe thing would work. This is just my opinion, but I really believe this is what happened, which is awesome that the attorney did this. The attorney had to agree to this. I guess she didn't have to because he just said over the attorney's objection, but I really believe that's what happened.
So that would be October 11th, 2024 at 1 p.m. And then at that point, Gavin Wesley will have the opportunity to be present. And then we will proceed from there.
Okay.
Ms. Dornbush, was there anything else you wanted to say regarding what the court just did in terms of the adjournment?
No, Your Honor, you noted my objection. I don't have authority to approve an additional adjournment on this. I did state my objection to the adjournment, but Your Honor has noted that, and so I've got nothing further.
Yeah, a couple of things. I want you to wait here. Amy, who is our court liaison officer, is going to be here, and I want you to talk with her.
Okay.
She, one of the things that we talked about is there are other options and things like that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got to wait here until she gets here.
Okay.
We'll make sure you talk to her. Hailey, I don't mean to chuckle about it, but bad things happen in life, right?
That's actually something we could do. And I've been trying to figure out a way to keep in touch with Hailey. I've got contact information for Andrea, not Hailey. I thought it'd be inappropriate to ask Hailey for contact information. She's 20, I'm 40. It just I don't think there's any way that I can make that make sense where it doesn't look like I'm being creepy. So I'm very happy talking to Andrea and not Hailey. But yeah, no, but I've been trying to figure out a way to, so we can keep checking on her. So maybe we can figure something out. And, I don't really necessarily want her on Discord because I feel like people would just blow her up, and not with bad things, but it might be overwhelming. But yeah, it's definitely something to think about. But yeah, it's a good idea. Okay, we're getting into the good stuff here. We're getting into the good stuff.
Bad things happen in life.
Mm-hmm.
And young lady, you've been through some things that are, in my mind, unimaginable. All right. Give yourself credit for being able to.
I said, depending on where you are next week, if you do not make your goal, would you be willing to come up and we could do a live stream? And Hailey was just like, her eyes just got really big. Like you could tell, she's like, no, I'd be way too nervous. She didn't answer. Andrea kind of answered for her and just said, yeah, I mean, we can do that. Like, let's see where this goes. So we'll see. But I don't want to push it, especially I don't want to push Andrea. You got to remember, Andrea's son just lost his father too. So like both of them, they're going through an insane amount right now. So I am not pushing anything on them right now. I didn't even want to sit next to them. They asked me to sit next to them because they kept talking to me. Like, please just sit here. Because I was walking back and forth. I don't know if you saw, but at the beginning of the hearing, I was on the right side. And then after walking back and forth, they're just like, just sit here. Like, okay, I'll just sit here. But yeah, it's just, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see how the week goes. But again, I'm not gonna push. I might ask one more time, and if they say no, then it's a no. But we'll see. I'm gonna rewind it about 30 seconds because I did pause it right when all this stuff started happening. And you need to hear what Judge Simpson's gonna say. So I'm not gonna pause it again for a couple minutes.
Okay.
All right, you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to wait here until she gets here.
Okay.
We'll make sure you talk to her. Hailey, I don't mean to chuckle about it, but bad things happen in life, right? Bad things happen in life.
Mm-hmm.
And young lady, you've been through some things that are, in my mind, unimaginable. All right. Give yourself credit for being able to just even get up and stand up. Because there's a lot of folks that wouldn't be able to do that. I can't even, as I said, fathom that. I can't. Sometimes even sitting in this position, I can't get to, I don't have an understanding of what sometimes can just be evil in the world. I can't.
Yeah.
But here's the thing I do know. And that there is also a lot of good in the world. And that for each of those evil folks that are out there, I'd like to believe that there are 10 times more good people. I don't, and I sometimes when things happen, I don't ask why. I just accept that they do. And Ms. Dornbush had mentioned that these folks were saying they want to help. Those are the good people. No two ways about it. I then, if there wasn't a separation of church and state, I would just say God is good at times, all the time, but certainly at particular times. There's a gentleman, Colin, who's in the courtroom that I met a number of months ago. I didn't know that Colin and I's paths would cross. He had watched me or seen me on YouTube, and we had a brief conversation when it came up. I don't know why he's necessarily here today. I don't. There are things in life I can't explain. I don't know why. It just happens. But it happens for a good reason. And my understanding is he was in touch potentially with the people that were on YouTube, and he's kind of got that set up for you or headed and taught you how to do that. Is that right?
I didn't know anything about it until just now.
Right.
But I don't know how it all works or anything.
Then you and I are in the same boat. But I think, was Colin able to help you with that and get the links to you?
I think they
gentleman here in the blue?
exchanged. Yeah.
Pardon?
Or I think Andrea gave him a link.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Colin, are you going to help her with that if you can?
I'm gonna do my best.
Okay.
I really don't know Colin. Colin, thank you. That's all I could say is just thank you. While she may not think she is, I think this young lady's worth it. All right. And I think that whatever people can do to help you out, there's a reason for it happening. Hailey, accept it. You've got that, you got a lot of pride. Sometimes that can get in the way. So set that aside for a little bit. Okay. Don't be so stubborn. And the reason I can tell you don't be so stubborn is you're an Aries like I am, and it just comes with us, right? And just let it work its way through. Okay.
Okay.
I have to believe, and I will constantly believe that good things will happen on all of this. Okay.
Okay.
When Amy gets here and you talk to her, she's going to talk about other options for you so that you have those options.
Okay.
All right. And then you can make a decision.
Okay. Thank you.
Hailey, you're welcome. And you know what, Hailey? I have to thank you. Do you even know what I'm thanking you for?
No.
I'm thanking you because I always just count my blessings in life. And I always expect to see a miracle, and I always expect to see a blessing every day, or at least hope for one. Never know what it is. And sometimes it's big ones, sometimes it's small ones. You coming here today, me getting to talk with you, me getting to meet you, that's my blessing for today. So I'm going to thank you for that.
Okay.
Okay. Have a seat. Amy will be here shortly, and we'll get you taken care of. All right. Thank you.
Yes, Judge, that's it for me today. Have a nice afternoon, Judge.
And I think that's it for that.
Yes.
Can I see Colin in back, please? And then I'll come back out and see what's going to happen. Court standing recess. Everybody can remain seated.
Hold on. Yeah, the most terrifying words I heard all day long. Can I see Colin in back, please? Oh, I don't have any words. I have no words for how well you guys showed up today. You guys nailed it. For those interested to know what he said to me, he took me in the back. Yeah, he took me in the back. Well, Mr. Allen escorted me, and Mr. Allen walked up to me and kind of gave me the come here finger. And I was like, ah. But I walked back there, and he just said, and all Judge Simpson said was, will you be able to help her? And just like, I sent the links out. Now that her hearing's over, we'll probably get some updates here shortly of, but I believe that the court community is going to come through. I have a lot of faith in them. But I did say, like, if we don't get the goal, we're going to come very close to it, is what I said. And you guys have crushed it. Crushed it. So the original goal was 7,500. She hit 7,500 before I was even halfway home. So they raised it to 1,500 or 15,000. And she's at 18,000, I think I just saw Heather say. Yeah. And now we see Lone Wolf's comment. Again, Lone Wolf, giant shout out to you for making this video. Thank you so much. That is a great question. A great question. Now, that's going to have to be kind of a game time decision. And this is why. Because she has made enough money, or she was gifted enough money to pay this off, there is a chance that the entire case is going to be dismissed and she's not going to have to show up. That's the issue with me going next Friday. Now that I have Andrea's phone number, I'm going to see if they're going to go next Friday. And if they're going, absolutely, I'm going to go. I'm definitely going to be there for the giant smile on Judge Simpson's face when he says case dismissed. I will absolutely be there in person. But again, there's a chance that they're not even going to call the case because it's going to get dismissed. So but we'll see. We'll see. But it also, how long does it take for the GoFundMe money to get to you? So if they close it out on Monday, I have a feeling it's not overnight. Hopefully it's only a couple days, but it's not necessarily a small company, and yeah, I don't know. So hopefully it's only, a couple days, like 2 or 3 business days. So if they close it on Monday, they'll have it all paid by Thursday or Friday. I'm hoping. But I don't know how long it takes GoFundMe to pay out. All right. I've got a lot of super chats to catch up on real quick, but I will tell you guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This video is over. I've got a couple more seconds of what Lone will put in here, which hold on. So he's right. As of the time that, this was right when I got home that he sent me this, and that there was 15,000, and then his Lone Wolf's thank you message right after this. I'm going to pause it right here. Yes. Thank you, CourtTube, for being you. Yeah, CourtTube is freaking amazing. You guys are all awesome. So great. Okay, I'm gonna read through these. Mayor, good to see you, bud. Sorry, Colin, I just gave her the donation I was going to give you. No, give it to her. Give it to her. I was actually planning on turning super chats off tonight, and I really should have, because I wanted everyone to send it over there. And yeah, I wasn't ready. I mean, I was even playing a video that I wasn't supposed to play. I was playing the first version of it when I should have been playing the second version of it. I just got home so late. I was kind of rushed around. Wild Horse Guy with the huge super chat. Thank you so much, Wild Horse Guy. $50. Please forward this to Hailey GoFundMe, as I don't have time to chase down the link. Okay. I will do that. Sorry, I don't know why I was thinking. Yeah, no, I absolutely. I'll send that to her. Thank you so much, Wild Horse Guy. Janie with the Australian $3. Colin, this is the best thing I have ever seen. Thank you so much, Janie. And Janie, thank you so much for your Venmo. I very much appreciate your Venmo too. And that so you guys are awesome. But yeah, Janie with the super chat and the Venmo. Thank you so much, Janie. And Kat in Virginia, $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, Kat in Virginia. All right. Elvy's girl or Evie's girl. Evie's oh no. Is that gonna be one of those words I can't do? What is that? Gigi? Evie's Gigi? Is that Gigi? I think that's Gigi. She can access the money before they close it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I have no idea how GoFundMe works. Really have no idea how GoFundMe works. I just know that they take my money when I donate. That's all I know. Sparkle Poots, raise your hand if you feel the love I currently feel. We're all raising our hands. All right. That's all I got. I got home so late. I wouldn't have had anything if it wasn't for Lone Wolf. I would have just either started streaming at 9 or just waited till tomorrow to do this. So thank you, Lone Wolf, for putting this video together for me. And Old Squishy Gardner, thank you so much for being on top of this, making sure you had the GoFundMe, know with the email to the attorney and being in contact with OSG. So many things happened. So many people were in the right places at the right time today, and it really made a difference. I'm gonna link Lone Wolf's channel, OSG's channel into the description. I'm gonna add to the description. Again, I threw it together really quickly just to get it out there. So I need to add some things to the description, but I will be adding Lone Wolf's links, the link to Lone Wolf's channel, also OSG's coverage of the first and the second video. I think that's all I have. If I missed anybody's super chat, I am really sorry. I'm kind of skimming through. I don't think I missed anybody, but I did miss Peeps's a little earlier. So I'm glad she said something, so I got it. But I think I'm good. Let's see. Let's raid someone tonight. Let's share the love tonight. We need to share the love. Who can we raid? I don't know. It's 9:30. We got Katie Z, KCC, Mark the Sarcastic Law Student. Who do we want to raid tonight? 3 options. KCC. Legal Fiction says KCC. Any vote for anybody else? Good night, peeps. Good night. All right, everyone's saying KCC. Sierra, did you send me a Venmo? Did I? Okay. Oh. Yeah, I actually thanked the wrong person. Sierra Maid, are you Louise? Sierra Maid, if you're Louise, I am so sorry. I went by the last name, and I think someone completely different. Sierra Maid, if that actually makes more sense. Sierra Maid, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. This makes a lot more sense to be you than it would be to be Janie. Yes, Sierra Maid, I am sorry. I did get it. I just think the wrong person. I think Janie instead of you. I am so sorry. Janie, thank you still so much for your super chat. Sierra Maid, thank you so much. And I am definitely gonna have a cocktail on you. Definitely gonna have a cocktail on you. I have a couple beers left in the fridge. I am so amped up right now. I'm gonna have a beer. I'm gonna take a shower, then I'm gonna go pass out. I've had a really weird day, and I need to decompress. I need to get away from the internet for a few minutes, or probably for the rest of the night. Turn off my laptop and just go relax. We want to raid Discord. You know what? We can do Discord tonight. I'll jump in for a little bit. I'm not going to be there long though. I do need to decompress. But yeah, let's go hang out on Discord. We'll raid KCC. We'll hang out with her. But yeah, I haven't been in Discord for a long time, so let's go jump in Discord. We can talk, and I can go into more details about my day today and how everything went down. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you, Sparkle. Okay, let's see. Did I set it up? So we're set up to raid KCC. All right, I am closing out. Go say hi to KCC for me. I'm gonna raid her. I'm not gonna be there. I'm gonna go take a few minutes, decompress a little, jump in Discord. But make sure you tell KCC I did say hello. And you guys have a great rest of your night. Again, you guys are awesome. You did all the hard work today. All of you did. $18,000 worth of hard work today. Amazing. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Until next time. Bye.